Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching the Johns Hopkins Health System Pharmacy Technician Training Program informational video. My name is Tricia Valerio, and I am the Program Director of the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program. During this video, we will describe the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program history. We will then go into detail about the program components, curriculum, example schedule, and locations offering the training program. We will then go over the general application process. Lastly, we will answer frequently asked questions regarding the Pharmacy Technician Training Program. The JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program is supported by the System Department of Pharmacy. Students selected will be hired on by the Department of Pharmacy as a pharmacy technician trainee. Students will be paid full-time employment, which is 40 hours a week while attending the training program. The program is 18 weeks in duration, which encompasses the completion of coursework and time to obtain your Board of Pharmacy registration. Once the trainee has successfully completed the training program and obtained their state of Board of Pharmacy registration, the trainee's position will be promoted to a pharmacy technician at the same hiring pharmacy. The JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program is approved by the District of Columbia, Florida, and Maryland Boards of Pharmacy. Our program follows nationally recognized standards and regulations set by the American Society of Health System Pharmacy and the Accreditation Council of Pharmacy Education for Formal Pharmacy Technician Education, which we received full accreditation back in 2022. We offer 2 classes per year. The spring cohort is between April to August, while the fall cohort is between October to February. We have graduated approximately 20 students per year. We currently have a 90% graduation rate and 100% job placement rate. The JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program has 3 main components: didactic, simulation, and experiential rotations. Over the course of 15 weeks, you will spend half that time doing schoolwork, which is a combination of didactic and simulation components, amounting to approximately 186 hours. The other half of the time will be spent in the pharmacy doing experiential rotation, which is approximately 216 hours. This model allows students to apply module-based didactic learning and hands-on simulation exercises in a real-world environment and progress through the required competencies in this continuous learning model. Let's first talk about the didactic component. Our didactic components are self-paced, computer-based module learning with narrative lectures, pacing questions, digital animation, and interactive assessments of knowledge application from Pharmacy Technician University, or PTU's website. The first picture on the left shows the Pharmacy Technician University webpage where all the didactic modules can be accessed. The second picture on the right shows an example of a module entitled Controlled Substances. This module provides a comprehensive learning experience on DEA, or Drug Enforcement Administration, as well as the laws and regulation that pertain to the classification, prescribing, and dispensing of controlled substances. Technicians will learn the requirements for managing controlled substance inventory and record keeping, along with the requirements for transfer, proper disposal, and handling diversion. Important topics covered in the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program curriculum include medication error prevention and safety, pharmaceutical calculations, pharmacology, community pharmacy practice, institutional pharmacy practice, and federal pharmacy law. Trainees will be given a schedule at the beginning of the training program. Trainees are expected to independently complete required modules according to the daily schedule. One important aspect of the didactic component is do not fall behind. If a trainee falls behind by more than a week, they are subject to dismissal. There are 12 unit exams, 1 midterm exam, 1 final exam throughout the training program. Trainees must successfully complete required exams in order to graduate. If a trainee is unable to pass after 3 attempts, they are subject for dismissal from the training program. In addition to computer-based modules, the JHHS Pharmacy Department will supplement virtual review sessions and office hours. Additional tutoring is available upon trainee request. Moving on to the second component, simulations. Simulations are exercises that are performed to allow trainees to practice a skill learned in lectures. For example, one simulation could be practice making IV medications or practice compounding a solution. Another example of a simulation is practicing the proper pronunciation of commonly used medication and identifying their medication class. Simulations will be a mix of virtual or on-site activities with an instructor. Instructors will grade the trainees using a rubric for each activity. The picture on the left is a pharmacy technician training center on site at the Johns Hopkins Hospital, where simulations occur for students at the Johns Hopkins Hospital location. The picture on the right is an example of an instructor providing feedback to a trainee while performing sterile IV compounding simulation. During simulation activities, trainees are expected to be engaged, open to instructors' feedback, and incorporate instructors' feedback throughout the activity to master the skills tested. Simulation activities may need to be repeated as needed to achieve a passing score. During school days, which consist of didactic and simulation components, the hours are generally day shift from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Each day's course load is assigned based on the class credit hours, estimated by the average learner's speed. Approximately 6 credit hours are assigned per day. Downtime can be used for continued learning, studying, and other program-related functions, such as review sessions, office hours, individual check-ins with our career coach. Trainees are expected to dedicate time outside of work hours in order to successfully complete the training program. The last component is experiential rotations. During experiential rotations at the hiring pharmacy, trainees will perform pharmacy technician duties under the direct supervision of their site preceptor or preceptor designee. You will be assigned a preceptor at the beginning of the training program. The preceptor will coordinate your training activities in the pharmacy and provide a grading rubric at the end of the rotation. Common training activities that will be experienced in the pharmacy include preparing and delivering medications, learning to use our electronic health record, performing medication inventory duties such as locating expiration dates of medications or shadowing the pharmacy inventory specialists, performing non-sterile compounding such as compounding a medication or solution, and lastly, trainees have the opportunity to shadow pharmacists and assist pharmacists with patient care processes. In addition, some sites may offer unique training experiences. For example, our inpatient sites offer opportunities to refill our automated dispensing cabinets and participate in IV compounding. Our community sites will allow trainees to enhance their skill sets in patient communication and prescription adjudication. During the experiential rotation, trainers will be teaching you using the see one, do one, teach one method, where you will be first shown how to do an activity, then performing the activity yourself, and lastly, you will teach the activity back to your trainer. You will be assigned a trainer at all times. Trainees are expected to always take direction from their trainer. It is important that you be on time and actively engaged in learning. Please do not hesitate to ask questions when you don't understand something. It's better to ask the questions now to prevent any medication errors. Trainees will be subject to dismissal if unable to achieve proficiency in all the required tasks at the end of their rotation. This slide shows an example weekly curriculum in the technician training program. Each week, your time will be split between doing schoolwork and experiential rotation in the pharmacy. In this sample curriculum, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday of the week is focused on schoolwork, which consists of didactic and simulation components. Each day, trainees will have assigned modules that they must complete at the end of the day. For example, as you can see in Table of the Week 9, Monday is focused on didactic coursework. Trainees are assigned to complete compounding calculation and non-sterile compounding modules. Tuesday, trainees will have 8 hours to complete a variety of instructor-led simulation exercises, such as counting and measuring medications, filling prescriptions, reconstituting an oral powder, prescription processing, and cash register calculation. Wednesday, we have a review session scheduled for compounding math, and trainees are assigned the institutional pharmacy dispensing process module. Tuesday and Friday of the week are experiential rotation days for the trainee to be spent in the pharmacy. During pharmacy days, which consist of experiential rotation components, your hours will be day, evening rotating as determined by your hiring pharmacy. For example, some weeks you will be on the pharmacy in day shifts, and some weeks you'll be on the evening shift. There may be weekends and holiday requirements during the training program period as scheduled by your hiring pharmacy. The dress code for the pharmacy is scrubs. The color and type of scrubs will vary per training location. Something to note, pharmacy schedules during the training program versus after the training program will be different. Information will be communicated by your hiring pharmacy during recruitment. After you have completed the didactic, simulation, and experiential components of the training program, here are the next steps. The first step, trainees must register with the State Board of Pharmacy as a pharmacy technician. This process includes completing the pharmacy technician registration application, complete all the necessary requirements such as the background check and fingerprinting, and there is a state registration fee that's associated with the application, which is the trainee's responsibility. For trainees in Washington, D.C., you will also be required to register with the D.C. Board of Pharmacy as a pharmacy technician trainee prior to starting the technician training program. The second step, trainees are expected to apply to take the National Pharmacy Technician Certification Exam, also known as the PTCE. There is a fee associated with the PTC test. Once you have passed the test, you are considered nationally certified. You do have to renew your certification every 2 years by completing 20 hours of continuing education. National certification is a requirement for many entities in the Johns Hopkins health system. You must obtain PTCB national certification within the designated time frame as required. For Johns Hopkins Hospital, Bayview Medical Center, and Johns Hopkins Care at Home, this is within 2 years. For Sibley Memorial Hospital, this is within 1 year. For All Children's Hospital, it is highly encouraged. Now that we have finished describing the technician training program details and what to expect after completing the training program, we are now going to switch gears to talk about the locations offering the training program, qualifications for the program, and general application process. Currently, the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program is established at the following locations. We have the Johns Hopkins Hospital, Bayview Medical Center, and Johns Hopkins Care at Home Community Pharmacy in Baltimore, Maryland. We have Sibley Memorial Hospital in Washington, D.C. And lastly, we have All Children's Hospital in St. Petersburg, Florida. To be eligible for the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program, candidates must hold a high school diploma, GED, or equivalent. They must pass pre-enrollment math and reading assessments with a score of 70% or higher. The application is opened to both external and internal candidates of Johns Hopkins Medicine. If you are an internal candidate who is applying, you must be at the Johns Hopkins Health System for a minimum of 6 months and be eligible for internal transfer. This includes holding a minimum satisfactory work performance score, being in good standing, and not in active discipline. We do prefer candidates with 6 months of healthcare-related experience or customer service-related experience. The training program enrollment is associated with employment. Therefore, you must complete all steps of the pre-boarding process for employment at the Johns Hopkins healthcare system, including complete health screening and being cleared by Occupational Health Service and completing the required vaccination per hiring location, receiving satisfactory results on criminal and background checks, receiving satisfactory results on reference checks, provide valid proof of identification, provide valid proof of authorization to work in the U.S., and complete a 1-day new employee orientation. I'm going to now provide you with a general overview of the application process. The exact details and dates may vary per location. Generally, the application process starts with you applying for the pharmacy technician trainee position for your interested location at the Johns Hopkins career website. We do enroll 2 cycles per year, as previously mentioned, one time in the spring and one time in the fall. When you apply at the Johns Hopkins Medicine Career website, please submit a resume with your application. Following the application, please make sure to respond to the recruiter for screening and scheduling to take math and reading pre-assessments. If you have passed the pre-assessments, candidates will be scheduled to interview with the hiring pharmacy department. The number of pharmacy technician trainees selected will vary dependent on the hiring pharmacy department. We do ask for 1-year commitment back to the Johns Hopkins Health System, which means for every trainee who successfully completes the training program, you must work as a full-time pharmacy technician at the same hiring pharmacy you were training at for a minimum of 1 year. In the event that a trainee leaves employment as a full-time pharmacy technician before 1 year, the trainee will be responsible for reimbursing the Johns Hopkins Health System in the amount of the cost of the program, which is $3,000. Note, a contract for the 1-year commitment will be signed at the time of hire. On the next few slides, we will go over the most frequently asked questions. Am I applying for a pharmacy technician position? No, you are actually applying for a pharmacy technician trainee position. This is a temporary position for the duration of the pharmacy technician training program. Once you have successfully completed the training program and have registered with the State Board of Pharmacy, your position will then be advanced to a pharmacy technician position. Please note, if you already have pharmacy technician registration with the State Board of Pharmacy, you will not need to attend a training program again. Please apply for one of our open pharmacy technician positions on the Johns Hopkins Medicine's career website.
Will I be paid while completing the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program? Yes, you will be paid full-time 40 hours a week while completing the program. The pay rate varies per site and will be shared during recruitment. Generally, the pay rate is approximately $16 to $17.50 per hour. What is the cost of the program? The program is free, but we do ask for a minimum of 1-year commitment from every trainee who completes the program.
Can I maintain another position at the Johns Hopkins Health System while attending the pharmacy technician training program? No. You will be leaving your current position and joining the Department of Pharmacy as a pharmacy technician trainee while completing the program. Can I still go back to my previous department if things do not work out with the pharmacy technician training program? There is no protection to guarantee your previous position. You can bid for any open positions at your previous department. Thank you so much for watching this information session video, and thank you for your interest in the pharmacy technician training program. Please visit our website at www.hopkinsmedicine.org/pharmacy for more information. Again, here's my contact information. My name is Trisha Valerio, and my email is tpedone1@jhmi.edu. Please do not hesitate to email me if you have any questions about the JHHS Pharmacy Technician Training Program.